Millions of Muslims around the world are beginning a holy month of fasting known as Ramadan. The fast, in which food and even water is not allowed, is intended to bring Muslims closer to God and remind them of those in need. Joining us now to talk about Ramadan is Wasim Ahmed, a Khatib with the Danforth Islamic Center. Wasim, thanks so much for joining us. A Khatib, I just want to explain, someone who does the Friday sermons.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank you for having us today.
Oh, no problem. And so tell us a little bit about the significance of Ramadan and how important it is in the calendar year.
So Ramadan is actually one of the 5 pillars in our religion. So Islam has 5 pillars, starting from your testifying that there's only one God, prayer, fasting, giving charity in this month, and performing your pilgrimage. So it's one of the fundamental principles in our religion. The intention, as you described, is God said in the Quran that we have prescribed you to fast during the month of Ramadan as we prescribed to the generations before you, so that you may attain a God consciousness. So that's the whole objective of it.
Okay, and then like you mentioned, it's one of the 5 pillars. It's very important, and it is somehow just bringing Muslims closer to God throughout the month. At the end of the month, of course, is Eid. And so that's happening in about a month from now. Tell us a little bit about how that will work as well once you break that fast.
Yeah, so we fast for the entire month, and in the end, on 29th or 30th, we wait for the new moon. If the moon is sighted, then we have our Eid, which is you can compare it with Christmas, the biggest celebration for Muslims. We have 2 Eids, by the way. So one is in the month of Ramadan, and 2 months later there's another. So
right.
So from the Eid, this is officially we end the month, and we start our regular day.
Right, and we know that there are some in the Muslim community here in the GTA calling for a fasting with a friend, a Muslim friend, wanting to get everyone involved and be able to not only help and support, but also show that there is the understanding as well of this important month. Tell us, does that help out at all as well? Like campaigns like that in terms of wanting to bring everyone in?
Actually, it does. There's this is one of the campaigns, and there are some other campaigns like Giving 30. The 30 days in the Ramadan, you start giving some. So one of my mentor lawyer colleagues started that project, and that turned out to be very successful in raising funds for poor people in need, for homeless shelters and some food banks here. And one of the things that you said, sharing Ramadan and caring. So it helps actually. Like we ask our colleagues and friends to do a day or 2. Last year I did with my boss in my office, and he actually fasted with me for a few days to get the experience. And it's one thing to say, and when you actually do it, you realize the struggle of hunger and a lot of people actually find it very helpful. There's significant health benefit to it as well, medically proven. So some people like to take the advantage.
All right. Okay, well, great. Thank you so much. Again, Ramadan starts today. Wasim, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
No problem. We'll send it over to Frank now with a look at the forecast.
Nice.